Once again, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our session. This is Berfu Uzman and from Business Support Team. And today we will try to show you how the new tool, MyEITFood, looks and what will be the very basics regarding the tool at this moment. Let me share my screen and start the presentation right away. Okay, so this is navigating MyEITFood Portal webinar. And what we will see is the very basics about the whole tool, I would say. The key roles and responsibilities, how to access. So that might be a question in mind, how you are going to log in if you haven't done yet. And then we will dive into the details in the tabs that you will see there, the homepage, open calls, applications, projects, my organization, and my contact information. So these will be the tabs that you will see when you log into the system. So what is this tool? Maybe most of you are very much familiar with Plaza already. That was the tool we have been using. But due to several great reasons, we decided to shift to MyEITFood, which is supported by Salesforce. So this tool will provide a central platform for you to review and apply to open calls. So that will be easier for you to see which ones are the open ones. And then you can track the progress of your applications. You can manage your active participation in projects. In all grant management periods, like reporting, monitoring, amendment, you will be working in Salesforce, MyEITFood Portal, and then you will have the chance to update your contact details or the organization contact details. So key roles, before we dive into details, I would like to remind you or maybe show you, if you haven't seen before, the roles in your projects. So there is master contact. We sometimes use the abbreviation MC for master contact. So this is the person who is the principal point of contact for EITFood. So we usually know master contacts by heart, but the numbers are increasing, which is great. But we usually know the master contacts by heart, and we try to reach them whenever there is a question in mind that can be answered easily by the master contact about his or her entity that he is responsible or she's responsible from. So this person is our spoke, I would say. Then your entities will have another contact point who is finance contact. And usually finance contact is involved in several roles within the grant cycle period. So for instance, finance contacts might be responsible from approving the budget amendments. They will be responsible from submitting the cost reports. So finance contact is really crucial and important for your entities. We usually ask and suggest you to have different people for these roles. But in some cases, we also see that master contact may be the finance contact, and there is no technical restriction about this fact. And who is the activity leader? Activity leader is the person who is responsible from your projects. So entities A, B, C, they are together in a project and they select one leading organization, and then one person from this leading organization becomes the activity leader of the project. So whenever we have a question about the project, activity leader will be the person that we will reach. He or she will be the spoke. So master contact will be spoke for your entities one by one, and activity leader is the responsible one for the project. And then you may have some activity contributors within your projects who are the responsible ones for the project leading. On our side, we have project monitors. We used to tell or name this function as program managers, and we still use it. But in the tool, you will see the name as project monitor, and this is the person who is your first point of contact if you have a question about your projects. So anything about its implementation, its deadlines, KPIs, so whatever related to your project, that person is the first one you need to reach to check your question. So let's start with Salesforce details. So how to log in? As you know, we have been, thanks to our IT team, we have been trying to transfer all the data from Plaza to Salesforce, and data migration is still ongoing, so it has not been finalized yet. Within these transfers, we realized that we already know, but like we realized that it would be nice for you to know that there are two sets of people, like two group of people. One of those is the users who have previously accessed the portal. What does it mean? If you applied via a call that was in Salesforce, you already logged in. You already have your accounts, your usernames. So if you are fitting into group one, then you can log in through the website you see there. You use your username, which is your email address, then you can register to the portal. And if you forget your password, you can always use forgot your password button that you are familiar with in any website. Second set of people, we call it group two, are the ones who have never logged into portal, which may be some old participants who had their projects, active projects that were in Plaza, and we were migrating your data to Salesforce. So maybe there is a chance that you have never been in Salesforce. For those new users, let's call them, you will receive an email on 29th of April because, you know, we have several webinars exactly same as this one. And then once we are done with these webinars, our IT team will help us to activate your accounts by sending an email. This email is going to be something like this. It will have a subject calling, welcome to MyEITFood. You will see, hi, blah, 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 your name. And then you will just have your username. You can go through the link and then you can follow the steps. Just a note, the link will expire after 72 hours. So I am not sure about the exact time on 29th, but make sure you check your mail addresses on 30th at least and try to manage this before it expires, because after it gets expired, then you need to reach the technical team, so things may get a bit delayed. That's why I recommend you to check your mailboxes on 30th if possible. So let's say you logged in, first group, second group, everything is going fine. If not, you can always reach the support team, and then you are now in the web page, on your page. So this is the first tab, your home page. This is your main page. That is the first thing that you come across when you open it. If you like taking photos, maybe you like to upload them as well, you can change your profile photo. So you can, as you can see here, I try to put a circle around them. You can go to your profile as first step, then you can open it, and then you can upload a photo which is already saved on your laptop or PCs. So you can fine tune the picture. What we can see in this bar, so this is the home page. In the meantime, you can see open calls tab, which is about applying calls. We will go into details in next slides. Then next one, you have my application and projects tab. And then you have my organization and then my contact information. As I said, open calls is for applying the calls. You will be able to see the calls. Application projects, as it's clear from the name, you will manage your active applications and or projects. My organization is to update organization details, which is only valid by master for master contact. And my contact information is to update your contact. So if you are an activity leader, if you are and finance contact, so someone who has registered in the system, you will use my contact information tab to update your information, but we will see these in coming slides. So this is the home page. You will see the welcome note, and we would appreciate if you can also fill in tell us more about form that you can see on the left corner where I put a circle around. So it would give us more information about yourself. So let's move to the second tab, which is open calls. As you can see, when you click on open calls, you will have the list of really the active open calls for EITFood. You will be able to see the names, the status, the date it was opened, the application due date, and then the targeted groups. So if you are a startup, you may say, okay, the second one, fast track, is more suitable for me, or third one, sales booster, is okay for me. You can see the areas that are responsible from these calls, and then some additional areas if there are any. Then let's see, or let's assume you click on fast track so you see more information. Then when you open the fast track, you will see more details about this call. As you see here, you can see the proposal name, the call's name, the reporting period, the area. So this is a bit like a snapshot or a summary of the call. If you would like to read more, like you can see on the bottom, you can scroll down. I didn't get the whole picture as a screenshot, but you can scroll down and you can start to read all the details. What are those details? Descriptions are there, information about the program is there. If it's a revenue-based financial mechanism needed call, you will see the details, and then there will be a link to the website regarding the call. So one step back, if you click on Fast Track to Market, you will go in, you will be able to read a brief summary. If you scroll down, you will see more details. If you would like to create an application, you thought this is okay for you, you can always use the right corner button where it says Create Application to start working on your application, like populating proposal title, plant-based, consortium, and many more. We did not include the call application process in this webinar because we already have a recording for that, and we will be sharing all of these on Hive, so you will be able to have the access in case there are some difficulties and you are not able to proceed with the applications. So let's move to the third tab, which is My Applications and Projects tab. As you see, there is the arrow on left. Let's first check this one. You can sort this, so you can filter it by saying, I would like to see all, I would like to see applications only, projects only, or recently viewed ones, because there will be, hopefully, many of you you will have a lot of these. So maybe you would just like to see only the recently reviewed one. That's also available there. For our case, as an example here, we have one project, one application. The first line, the first one, Test Farms project, is a project. So this means it's already an active project. Second one, the Strong Startup application, is in its application status. So in the record type, you will either have project or application. And the organization name there, you see, it is the leading organization. So if your project is already ongoing, you have the leading participants, the name is there. Again, if you applied for the project, if it's an application process, then still you have the leading organization. You see the name there. If you would like to see more details, go into details about your project, you can always click on the name, either the application or the project. You can click the name and you can proceed to the in-depth of that line of that project or application. Just few notes before we go into details. You will see that all applications or projects that you have created or you have a role in. So unless you are linked to that project or application, you won't be able to see them in the list that you see. So as we said, we are still in the process of data migration. So when you have the access on, let's say 30th morning, when you have the access, if you cannot see some of your projects, I go one slide back. If you cannot see your projects, some of them here, don't be surprised or panic. That is because the data migration of the old ones are still in process. So no worries, they are going to be very soon, hopefully, finalized, and you will see all of them soon, but not yet. All project information is currently locked for editing. What does it mean? As many of you may remember from old days, we have these grand cycle periods, and we launch the period by informing you, telling, okay, this is the start date, this is the end date. Now the tool is open for editing, because otherwise, as you may guess, everyone can edit any data at any time, and then it would be quite a messy, let's say, data management. That's why it is locked for editing unless we open it. So I have already contacted activity leaders and finance contacts, but in case you haven't received a mail, here is the dates, just as a reminder that we will host a webinar about project amendment on 7th of May. And the amendment will be open on 8th, and the deadline will be 22nd of May. But again, we will have the webinar. We will be there always for any questions. And we believe this will be so much easier than Plaza itself. So we hope this will be a good one. One last note before I go the other slide. Only activity leaders will be able to submit project change. This is same like we used to have. Other people who have roles in the project, they don't have this right. So only the activity leader who is leading the project can submit the project change requests. So let's see how it looks. So when you click into the application or the project record to view more information, you just click on the name. And you can always, as I said, use the drop-down menu there to filter which ones are the ones that you would like to review at a glance. Applications, all projects, everything, or the recently reviewed one. So when you click on the projects, that page will be opened, and then you will see every detail about your projects. What I mean, as you see, the stages are there with some tick. So first stage is initiated. The second one is planning. When we are in the implementation period, it calls implementation. The blue color will be there. If it goes to review, it will be on the review. And then close out is when you are done with the project. As I put a red icon there, when you open this page, you will be able to see all additional tabs below, which are details, reports, consortium, KPIs, targets, work plan, output, deliverable, and more. But as you see, there is an arrow there next to more. When you click on this one, you will be able to see budgets, risks, project change request. That will be the feature that you will use in the amendment, and then some supporting files. An additional tab. Supporting files can be any files that you or us upload them. So that's a really useful tab. We hope it will be a good one in the future for any convenience reason. So let's see the details about these additional tabs. One step back, all these tabs that I have been showing there. Details, this gives the key information about your projects. Reports, overview of all budget planning reports. So you will see the periods of the reporting, the technical reports, the cost reporting. Consortium tab, as it can be understood from the name, lists all the consortium members and the project contact roles. So your program manager, the old name, project monitor is the new name. These people are also there listed in your projects. Your additional entities which are in your consortium, all of the relevant people are listed in consortium. So you need to see everyone. If by any chance or mistake, if you cannot see any of these when you have the access to the tool, please don't hesitate to reach us. It may be because of bug or something that we may need to check, but let us know because everything is stored, just may need to be checked internally. The KPIs tab, this is overview of all KPIs, so which are defined for your projects. Targets are overview of the targets, a work plan, tasks and milestones, output and deliverables as defined in the name. Budgets, this is the tab I assume you will use a lot, so that will show the annual budgets. Each of the consortium members' budget will be shown there, like it used to be in Plaza. The risks, overview of risks, that they will be flagged there. Project change request, as I said, that will be the tab, the feature that you will use as activity leaders to submit and manage some budget or project change requests. And supporting files is the tab that we will attach relevant files. If I'm not wrong, you may also have this ability to attach, but I may need to double check this one. Okay,
It's atstay.
Sorry, can you mute yourself? And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to add them to Q&A section there. Okay, so we move on to the next tab, which is My Organization tab. So master contact of each organization is responsible from keeping the data up to date. So organizational data needs to be updated, needs to be checked, confirmed by master contact. He or she can update organization information, can assign contact people telling, okay, X needs to be my finance contact, Y needs to be my signing contact. They can invite colleagues for registration because everyone who has a role or needs to access to the platform needs to register themselves. And master contact finally can change the master contact because we have these cases that person X is changing job and reach us telling, I would like to change my role from master contact to XYZ. And we just advise them to, okay, you can do it yourself. You can assign a new master contact because you have the rights as of now. Only the organization's master contact can update organization details. So how a master contact can check or add these details? First, you will go to My Organization tab, then you will open the records. You will use the edit button there. You will see in red square. Once you are done with updating the information, you just click save and the data will be saved. Master contact can check, update the contacts of the organizations, as we said. However, one important thing, only registered and invited accounts can appear in the list. So as you see, when you go to My Organization tab and when you go to the Related tab within My Organization, you will have the list of related contacts as you see on the screen. So a test user, NH, LAN, Tyra, Mila, Marie, all of these people are visible under related contacts for master contact. As you see, 3 of them are already registered, which means they had the login credentials, they completed their registration, and 1 of them was invited. So it is still pending. Who has invited Marie? The master contact has invited Marie. I will show how it can be done. And if a contact is registered, like let's say Tyra, the second one, master contact can see and already has the chance to assign a role to Tyra if Tyra is a signing contact, if Tyra is a finance contact. What needs to be done? You go to the arrow in a pink rectangular you will see. You will go edit and you will add Tyra as the finance contact. Let's see what happens with invitation or other steps. If a contact name is added manually by EITFood, what I mean? Because of the data migration and because we would like to help you and expedite all the process without having delays, we were reaching out some of you to make sure we get the names in advance as you don't have the access for that moment and add these names ourselves into the system. So we manually add the names, but we did not do any registration for sure because registration can be done only by the person himself, herself. But when we add these names, what will be easy for master contact is they cannot see these names under related contacts. I go back like here. So there is no one they can see that we at EITFood edit. However, when they want to send an invitation to this person, they can see this name in the drop-down list. For instance, we have one colleague's name, Ana Sancho. So Ana was already added by us in the system, telling Ana Sancho is part of this entity. So when master contact has decided to send an invitation to invite Ana, because Ana needs to be finance contact, the master contact will push on the invite button. Let me go one step back. Invite button is there just above the pink arrow that you can see. Invite contact to portal next to add relationship. So master contact couldn't see Ana, which means Ana is not registered yet, neither invited. So master contact says, okay, I need to invite Ana. Clicks on invite contact to portal and the master contacts have the first view. Okay, the drop down. When push the drop down, he may see Ana there if EITFood already added Ana. If not, no problem, then he can or she can proceed with the button next because it says if a contact is not available in the drop down, please proceed and select next. And when you select next, you will have a new page. You will have some short information about Ana, and then you can invite Ana to the portal yourself. So when Ana is invited, then Ana will be here, as we said, and then master contact will be able to add Ana to the role when Ana completes her registration. So if this is not clear at all, we can go back and I'll try to explain again. But when you are in the tool, it will be so much easier. One last thing that I would like to show is, as I said, a master contact has the right to change the organization's master contact if he or she needs to drop. So he can or she can always use the pink circle there within this tab telling, I would like to have a new master contact, and fills in the information that is required in that tool. And more information about my contacts information. This is the last tab. As we saw, homepage, open calls, my applications, organizations, and last tab is my contact information. Anyone can only edit their own contact details. As we said, master contact is capable or has the right to change any information regarding the organization, like adding people, organization name, detail. But they cannot change the contact information of each people who are assigned in this entity. So each person has to do their own contact information checks. To do that, everyone who is registered in the system needs to go to the last tab, My Contact Information, in this navigation bar. You will open the contact record. You will edit by using the right corner, and then you will just save the information. Anything there which is mandatory will be shown to you as mandatory, but many data is not mandatory, so you are free to skip those. But we always encourage you to fill if you think it is okay, because you never know when that will be used for communication or contact reasons. As we said, master contact can see all contact information. They don't have the right to change, but they can see. Here, as you see, master contact can click on my contact information and the whole list will pop up here. So Marie, Mia, NHLA, and Tyra, all these people are in the contact list for master contact to see the details. If they have completed their nationality, like Mia, that can be seen there, or gender or other details. Now we are approaching to the end. So as we said, this portal will go live on 29th of April. I am still not sure about the exact time, so I would just recommend to check your mailboxes for the second group of people on 30th of April. And the first group who already used Salesforce before, on 30th of April, you will be able to have your access. And if you have time, we would really appreciate hearing your comments regarding these sessions. And here is the link to a survey. We will share it with you. And I would really appreciate if you can fill in the survey. That will help us to improve the webinars, the contents, our presentations, the way we present them. So I think we have a lot of time for any questions, or if there's something is not clear, we can go back to that bit and we can try to see what is not clear. But first, let me stop sharing. Oops. Last slide, sorry. Maybe this is also a good one, an important one. While you are working or you will start working with Salesforce, you may come across with some issues, questions. Feel free to reach our IT team. If you see any grants management questions in the portal, you can always reach us via participants. I think a lot of you, or maybe everyone, is already familiar with us via the participants mailbox, so we will be always there too. But for technical things, please reach to our IT colleagues. If they are not related people, I'm pretty sure they will get back to us for these questions, so don't hesitate to reach.